that's when I was able to also understand how we become observers of our reality and of our human experiences. Did it stop me from experiencing those intense emotions? No. But it allowed me to process the emotion, feel it in my human body, and then utilize what I was feeling to understand and observe myself and gain clarity on what I actually wanted to know. And so it wasn't just a matter of asking, why am I feeling this pain? I already fucking knew why I was feeling the pain. I wanted to know how I could stop the pain. And what was it trying to teach me? What did I need to know from this experience? Why was I experiencing this in a world that I thought was beautiful and that I was shown was a gift? It didn't make sense to me initially as to why we were given such a beautiful world to live in. And then for people to have to experience these pains and this the psychological warfare that comes from others using their pain to hurt others. Every step of the way, I was given a choice. And every step of the way, I was given a bigger picture. I was made aware that if I chose to choose from love, I was choosing from a place where the truth of me was being utilized. And I knew that if I chose otherwise, I was joining a team, essentially, that had created and recreated these cycles of abuse and pain for far too long. And I wasn't going to entertain that. It wasn't even in my sphere to go down that road. I wanted to understand and I wanted to feel love again. I wanted to feel love again. And so I kept choosing from love. And the reality that I experienced was always there. But there was always another way to interpret that reality also. Once I opened myself up to these different perceptions and became the observer in any situation. And the deeper that I went within myself, the bigger the picture became and the more responsible for my energy and energy exchange I had to become. When you choose to live from your heart, and when you ask the questions that give you the answers, and you honor your heart, and you honor that divine essence, and you honor that spark of creation that is within you, you are given insights into your soul and the memories that anchor you in to those soul experiences that have brought you joy and peace. And you take yourself home, essentially. I managed to open up all the different gateways inside of me that led to these different dimensions, where I was asked to look at the situation in any given dimension and piece together the puzzles that would assist me in creating healing in each of these dimensions of self. Because ultimately, it was though in those dimensions of self that there had been a misalignment of energy that had created a reality that was not so loving. And so it was an opportunity for me to not fix just this lifetime or this moment. What was essentially happening is that I was able to go through all these different dimensions where this energetic distortion had taken place in different circumstances, same energy, and correct those, or clear out the distortions and blockages, and at times close down certain timelines to prevent any further damage. And so whilst I was working in this earth realm on the issue that had come about through the circumstance here, what I recognized on that journey was that whatever I was correcting in this realm, I was actually correcting other things in different dimensions of self. And when I say correcting, it was just aligning the energies there. I was clearing out distortions because I was being met with a reality in this reality, in Earth realm, that could potentially create a whole disaster to unfold for generations to come. Or I could end that cycle. And I was given the opportunity to, and that's what happens in every dimension of self when we do that in our physical realm. And I was shown that through the experiences that I had and the opportunity to explore those other dimensions, both psychologically and in the physical realm. When I emptied my energy centers out, my heart, because the jolt and the immense amount of pain that was felt, that shocked my entire system. I was cleaned out. And so I was able to renew my physical body, right? And also utilize those clear channels through the networks of my energetic system to get that divine essence flowing through me, which made it a lot easier for me to understand in Earth realm how my choices would create a different reality. And so this is where I gained the knowledge of how working from the inside out, from our energetic self, can assist us in earth realm, and how us assisting our physical self can also assist our energetic self, our soul. And it's a partnership. It's a relationship that is needed to be built in order to create a unity within and an understanding of self, where the free flow of energy can move through all of those dimensions of self into this 3D realm to make the transmission of energies align. In my books, Know Thy Soul, I do go into detail of the journey and what happens and how we're able to actually understand human nature, the psychology of others, the energetic, through the energetic patterns and cycles. And once we start seeing things in energetic cycles and patterns, things become very predictable. And when you couple that with your instinctual feel, your understanding of energy through the feel that you get from others and the world around us, and understand yourself enough to know whether or not this feeling's coming from me or that feeling's coming from them, where that feel is coming from, able to read and understand the different energies that intertwine in our everyday life. And then you take it a step further and you can read the energy that is emitting from people. We think about like body language and how different people like will use body language to express themselves. There is an energetic expression that comes from people, and you can see it and you can feel it. And it goes deeper than just being empathetic. Empathy is a natural state of being. So to have empathy just means that we are connected with ourselves. Everyone has the ability to be empathetic. Those that have switched off their heart or layered their heart or have a blockage or too many layers of distortion will find it very hard to be empathetic. But it doesn't mean that it's not there. We're naturally wired that way. We are built through the creation of divine essence, which is naturally coded to be empathetic. The more connected to yourself and your heart, the more empathetic you will be, or the more you will be able to understand how others are feeling. And that's just one of the ways that we start to explore the expressions of others through energy. And then you start to understand the psychology of the energy that's being expressed. And if you start by understanding the energy that's created your psychology through your human experiences, because you've explored also the emotional response and how that alters your energy, when you put all these like together, because you've been self-reflecting, because you've gone within, because you want to understand yourself so that you can shift whatever it is inside of you that you're not comfortable with. You want to feel that love again. You become the master of your own energy. And if we think about then you are gifted with the insight through universal laws. The gateway keys, essentially, to those different dimensions within, which allow for you to understand the different dimensions of others also. And if you go all the way to the center of the universe, which is what I was calling it at the time, you can find the energetic expression in all living things and the connection and resonance that you have with those expressions.